Shauna Words from Delisle Composite School. I just wanted to take a moment to discuss the Learning for Life goal some of my colleagues and myself have been working towards here. I apologize for not being there today. I happen to be on an outdoor education trip that we had planned months ago. Our Learning for Life goal focuses on literacy and education, more specifically to increase student confidence, competence, and application in subject-specific terminology. We began as a group of teachers who used the time to share ideas, discuss the practices we currently use in our classroom, discuss what works best for us, and what doesn't work. We wanted to determine activities that would engage students. Some of us came to the table just looking for new ideas, some of us were finding things that really worked for them. So basically it was a time set aside where we could share ideas, collaborate. And ultimately our goal was to create a literacy within our subjects, but also across the grade levels, so we were all kind of teaching students the same thing. And they could transfer that from class to class and year to year. Basically what I've been doing in my own classroom, in the math class, at the beginning of the year I talked to the students and asked them, what do you guys want to do? How would you best learn terminology? And I just basically wanted to get an idea of how can I get them more engaged? So I included them in that decision process. They came back and they said, well, we could really decorate your room and put up posters, and it'd just be nice to be able to look at that stuff. See formulas up on the walls and things like that. So we started off, we just made some posters, put them up around the room. And every unit that we came across, we put up more posters. Maybe some got taken down, some new ones got put up. Then in the second semester, I talked to the kids again and I said, how do you guys want to learn terminology? And they came back with, we want to do stories, we want to make games, let's work on something together. Currently, one of the things that we're doing in the classroom is we're making a slideshow presentation. It's basically a dictionary of all the terms that we use throughout the year, but we're working on it together. It's one document. So we've been using Google Docs to create that, and the students have to look up and define the word. They apply it. I think that's the most important part of it. And ultimately, they all get to see it. Other things that I've been doing in my classroom is we just kind of assess some of the notation, because notation is part of the math language. Like things like, would you understand this to mean the set of all multiples of 10 from 10 to 500 inclusively?
I'm Edla Landry and I teach grade 9 ELA. I still emphasize traditional methods in working with words, like looking things up from things we've read, using dictionary.com, doing vocabulary stretcher worksheets. But we also experiment a lot with words. We do use inquiry, make inferences based on context. We determine meaning through looking at synonyms and antonyms. But I also try to keep kids engaged through play. We do the scramble word puzzles every day from the Star Phoenix and use them in sentences. We play games like apples to apples to expose kids to more words and have them use their critical thinking skills as they choose answers to be serious or witty. And then to have them appreciate that language isn't dry and boring, but exciting and fun and very much alive.
Loud, spontaneous combustion. Loud wood chippers and largemouth bass.
Okay, so we have oxygen, eyes, an iceberg, and Stephen King.
It's Stefan.
It's Stephen.
This one's local. Oh, you can't even see it, man.
Oh, wait.
Can you fix that?
Second one's elder.
1 minute, I'm trying.
The third one's hazard.
This one grumpy. Next one down is hasty.
It's the agent of the period 5. Blake?
Yeah. Well,
No, because that's a name.
yeah.
Bleak.
Bleak.
Yeah.
There we go.
Definitely.
Industrial arts has very specific terminology, and as most of the kids are being exposed to the units and concepts for the first time, there is a big learning curve when it comes to terminology. To emphasize it in the small engines lab, we have each student do a reflection journal at the end of each period of working on the engines. In that journal, they're to use specific terminology for the tools and for the parts that they've been working on and engine systems they've been working on that day. In the wood shop, when we're introduced to new tools or new projects, terminology is emphasized, and there is a follow-up terminology quiz which tests them during class time. They're using the words and terminologies for the new tools and processes they're learning constantly, and that drill and repetition is also very helpful for emphasizing concepts. When we do self-evaluations on projects near the end of terms or whenever they're completed, those self-evaluations also reflect the terminology from the unit and expect them to use that terminology to reflect on the process of learning that they've gone through during their projects and their labs.
Saute is to fry or brown quickly in small amounts of fat in a frying pan.
Kneading is to work dough with your hands using similar movements, first of pressing and then folding and stretching.
Sifting is to shake dry ingredients such as flour or sugar through a fine sieve or flour sifter. I'm sifting flour.
Simmer is to cook in a liquid just below the boiling point, so just like the bubbles are barely rising to the surface.
Hopefully, these action words in the kitchen have given a clear picture to the similarities and differences of the common cooking terms.
Consistency among our subjects and our grades. We just need more time to work together. We need to get our staff members together so that the math teachers can discuss what they're using in their classes. The science teachers can discuss what they're doing in their classes. English teachers or history teachers. We all just need a chance to have more discussion with one another. We all have really great ideas. It's just being able to share them with one another and engage the students, get them involved in what we're doing, find out what's going to interest them most. What's the best way to learn it? Because ultimately we've learned that they don't want to just write down terms. They want to be able to act it out, apply it, look for new ways that they can teach it to others.